Hey guys, welcome back to the Donny B channel. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, it's 2019 and I got the Mustangs out of storage. I have the Fox Body Mustang here in all its beautiful glory back in my garage. The Illinois weather has turned up a little bit. The winter weather is pretty much over with, but we're still dealing with some colder temps and stuff, but it's still comfortable enough to work in the garage. So I figured now's a good time to go ahead and start getting to put all these parts that I purchased over the winter onto this car. So this video here is going to be focusing on a little bit of a restoration part. It's not that sexy of an install, but it is something that's actually pretty common on these cars. This item that I'm about to install does fail quite often, especially now these cars are, they're really starting to show their age. And this part here I purchased from LMR. And LMR, I'm a huge supporter of them. If you got a Fox Body Mustang and you're looking to restore it, no matter how big or how small the part may be, check out LMR. They probably have something for you. But this part here, I'm going to preface this video by just saying this. When I originally restored this car, the original hood I had on it did have hood pins on it. I'm not a huge fan of hood pins. I'm not necessarily keen on the styling of most hood pins. There are a few styles out there now that I probably would be okay with, but this just had the standard just little notch with the hole with the pin that slides through it. And those things, they end up rusting over time. They just look ugly. And especially, I'm in Illinois, guys. There's no way of like really keeping it clean enough to where it's not going to corrode or rust. Just the way it is around here. So I went ahead and put just a standard factory hood latch back on the car. And some factory hood bumpers and all that stuff to keep the hood from popping open. Car was doing just fine with that way. With that setup for probably the first couple months that I had the car back from being fully restored. And then after a while I started noticing that the hood kept popping open when I'd hit either a hard bump or I'd hitting a big gust of wind that was facing towards the front of the car. The hood would just pop open without popping the hood cable. So I figured that maybe I didn't have the correct placement because you do have unlimited adjustment with the factory hood latch. And I figured, okay, well, it's adjusted a little bit. Maybe I'll get lucky and get the right sweet spot. Well, then it turns out that this thing actually failed on me, and I'll go ahead and show you guys here real quick how it actually failed. You can see here, looks normal and everything, and here's the problem. This cable is currently popped. You can see the direction is facing upward. I use my thumb. Hear it click, right? Alright, so it should hold the hood down tight, shouldn't come up. Well, here's what's been happening. Put my finger under here. Look at that. It goes from being fully seated downward to being able to just come open like this. Just enough so the hood can slide out of the pivot point here from the little metal striker on the bottom of the hood. And it moves up just enough to where it can slide out and pop open. And again, guys, I'm using this just with my finger. I can push this down. That's how it should be. And then I can just hit it here with my thumb. And you can hear it clicking. And that's not the hood actually popping or anything. Right now, it's still actually, I can't push it all the way up. I can't force it all the way up. So I'd actually have to pull the hood release cable to actually pop this back open. It's a little mechanism in here actually failed. So I need to replace this hood latch. Alright, so the bracket is off, and this thing looks disgusting. Yeah. I mean, it's fine and in good shape, it's just, it's really, really ugly. So, as you can see here, it's the bolts that attach to the core support. Those actually look okay. Actually still have a little bit of silver on them and everything, so, alright. So yeah, we're going to strip this thing down. It's got some corroded stuff, some paint, because I think, yeah, if I remember right, I see the paint's all flaking off and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and sand this as best as I can, prep it, and then go ahead and squirt some paint on it here. We'll get it ready to put back into the car. The color that I'm using is just a Chrysler color, actually. It's called Inferno Red Metallic. As you can see here, it's one of those perfect match for Chryslers. Hey, whatever, it's only going on one little part, but the paint match itself is actually pretty darn close. When I hold it up to the engine bay, boy, it's hard to tell. And as you can see, it's a really deep red. It's got a little bit of metallic in it. Nothing crazy, but again, this would probably be a good little thing to have just for maybe a few other small parts in the engine bay to have it decently match close enough without having to spend, a good amount of money just on, mixing up some of the leftover base coat that I have for the car. So, here's the finished product. Turned out pretty good. Alright, there's the new latch installed. And here you can kind of tell where the paint doesn't match. That's okay, it looks way better than it did before. And that's what I was going for. Alright, now I get to do the tedious process of adjusting these two 8mm nuts here to get it to where the hood will close with ease. So let's go ahead and get it tested out and see how it works. Alrighty, the install is complete, and I know it wasn't the craziest or sexiest install in the world, but as you can see, it was a very simple install. LMR has an awesome video also on how to install one of these units. If you guys are on the fence about getting one, think of it this way. If that hood latch were to fail and your hood were to fly open, you're going to have to end up replacing probably your windshield, get some body work done on your roof line, and also on your cowl. Might as well go ahead and spend the few bucks it takes to get a new hood latch. And it's easy to tell if yours is getting ready to fail. You can do what I did, just use the finger method, see if you can pull up with any resistance. And if the hood latch wants to start opening up on you before you actually pop the cable, go ahead and toss it, pick yourself up a new one from LMR. You'll be glad that you did. Might as well spend that little money versus all that work that could possibly cause damage if your hood were to fly open. And if there's any quality issues with this unit down the road, I'll be sure to share it with you guys. We still have a lot of things coming for 2019 for the Fox Body Mustang and the 2013. We still have a lot of cool stuff coming for some of my friends' cars as well. And also don't forget that the Tuner Studio tuning session for my buddy's 93 GT is coming this year as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. We'll see you in the next one.